We have a episode here today from River TV. She's very good. I would advise y'all watch her. I seen something on her show today that really got me going. Let's check it out.
The woman is Erica Mena, as well as the man is Safari. Safari is the ex of Nicki Minaj. Erica Mena is a TV personality. She was a video model, all of the things. The both of them ended up getting into a relationship. They got married.
You have filled my life with so much joy, and you have given me a sense of peace I have never known. Although today marks the start of the rest of our lives. One lifetime with you can never be enough. Marry you with no hesitation or no doubt. I take you as you are.
And they had 2 kids in which they ended up breaking up, and it was super toxic. So toxic that literally at one point on the internet, it was like her constantly, throwing out information that nobody asked for, her constantly putting the world into their business, and him basically avoiding conversations and not saying anything.
Before you guys get scammed like I did by this waste man overnight wannabe prophet, I gotta sit back and watch my kids literally suffer already as it is because you're their dad.
Child support for December. I got it in March. This doesn't pay. I don't like he said he's paying.
Well, he paid late. He paid. I'm going to give it to Safari on this one.
Until he decided to change the, deadbeat narrative that she painted against him and expose the toxicity that he had to deal with for, the longevity of the relationship.
I'm dealing with someone whose anger management is just non-existent.
I know a little bit about this couple, and I never thought they were going to get along in the first place. He's so mild-mannered, and she's so over-the-top aggressive. I didn't see how this was going to work.
I'm pretty sure that, there's some men out there who could relate to this. And when it comes to being a father in a co-parenting situation where somebody wants to have full control of every single thing and they can't have control, it's just not going to be a easy transition. The other person is just used to it being one way or very controlling or still wanting the whole family dynamic, and it's not there anymore.
Of course, there was a situation after that where she then responded back to him as well and tried to, defend herself and talk about, the space that she was in and how, it basically it was all him and that he was a narcissist and, it was his fault that she was fighting him and like all these things.
It hasn't been easy dealing with this for the amount of time I've been dealing with it. It's not easy dealing with a non-confrontational situation that starts a lot of confrontation because they know they can violate, disrespect, provoke just to get a reaction out of you.
So how does a non-confrontational moment turn confrontational? Well, you see, she was the first one to start yelling and the first one to start laying hands. So that's how it turns confrontational. She's the confrontational one.
They play the mind games. They, take it there where they disrespect you, they violate you, they provoke you, cause you to, rage. And then when you finally react, it's hide hands, they're innocent. That's just kind of, how they want things to be perceived.
It's easy to provoke you when you have no self-control. I'm sorry, Erica, I seen your work. I watched Love and Hip Hop New York. You have no control.
After that, I personally believed that because he exposed her to such a certain degree and she realized that a lot of people, her fans, women in general were waking up to the fact that she indeed was actually the problem in the situation.
This woman texted a naked picture of me to my mother and my sister because she wanted to let them know that oh, you and your son, I'm pretty sure your son's not telling you what's really going on between us and all of this other nonsense. Okay. Me and you are still, having a relationship, and that's over with. Thank God that's over with. Like, I prayed about that, and there's absolutely nothing physical going on anymore. And you taking naked pictures and sending it to my mother and my sister to do what and prove what?
She ended up posting something basically trying to have like a ceasefire between the two of them, saying that she wants to, protect their family unit, their family structure, because they have kids together. And I thought that the worst was over. Okay, I started to see that Safari was posting, constantly having the kids with him, at his house and stuff like that, on a consistent basis, basically. They don't love you like I love you. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Happy birthday to you. Woo! This comes after he basically spoke to, on an interview, and spoke to the fact that basically she would not allow him to see the kids.
It's horrible because even like, when my daughter calls me and I'm like, okay, cool, I do want to get y'all, I want to see y'all.
So when was the last time you saw the kids?
4 months ago.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
So doesn't that bother you?
Of course it bothers me. I have to be strong, number one. And number two, I know it's not going to be like this forever.
That he was unable to get them to be around him. And in the times that he would get to be around his kids, she would make it some kind of big scenario where she could just come and pick them up and take them away and stuff like that. And so he wanted to go through the court structure.
Until this thing is set up on paper and I know, okay, this is my time, because our court order had to be moved from Atlanta to here. Oh. So now it's like, okay, what is the new schedule and setup going to be? Because I'm not going to be doing that. Okay, I'm picking them up because you said it's okay to pick them up, and then you want me to drop them off whenever. Like.
So again, seeing, consistently the fact that the kids were, all fine and dandy, that they were, co-parenting effectively to a certain extent. Like I said, seeing the fact that the kids were always over at his house, it genuinely seemed like, things were getting better, which I thought was amazing, right? I'm like, you know what? As bad as things were, it's always, nobody wins when the family feuds. It's always an amazing thing when people can come together and have, this kind of peaceful situation. But one thing that I know for sure is once a vindictive reactionary woman steps out in a certain zone, you always got to watch them with one eye open. Okay, because it's only going to be as cool, calm, and collected until that man does something that woman does not like, and it's going to restart the clock all over again. And recently, she went to the BET Awards, and at the BET Awards, they asked, what are the things that you want to leave in, in the past? Like, what is a trend that you want to be, done with? And this was her response.
We're asking everybody.
Okay.
What's one trend that you want to see retire for 2026?
I really hate seeing like the breakup stuff on social media. I've done it.
You did it a lot. You did it a lot.
And now that it's not me, it makes me sad because it's like these, regardless to what happens, we still gotta raise kids. There's still family. So I just feel like I hope that it changes so that we can keep our families together.
So she said this, and she said that she was guilty of it. She did admit that she had fault in it, but she's like, she's grown, right? It was so much so that people were calling her out in the comment sections of that video. And she responded by saying, I clearly said I've done it, and now that it's been done doesn't mean I can't grow off my own accountability. If you're not seeing and doing things differently after your faults, then you're not growing. I completely agree with that. I agree with that ideology that yes, you can, create a new reality whenever you so choose. Once you decide to step away from toxic traits or negative things about you and you decide that you want to be a new person, I'm all for it. But ironically, okay, as I said before, once a vindictive woman, I don't want to say always, because again, people can change, but you got to believe what people do instead of just the things that people say, because sometimes people can just talk around in circles and it sounds good, but you have to look at the actions. Now, I was sent this post that she posted on her story on Instagram, and it was very interesting. So as you can see right here, She had posted this on her social media, and it was a video playing, and she wrote the caption stating, "This video explains a true narcissist like no other. I hope this finds a queen who needs this to move forward with the peace that you deserve." And so she then posted a screenshot of the video, and she put a quote on it that says, "The spirit and the reason why they're doing it can destroy your life. They really do anything to try to destroy you." So I'm going to go ahead and insert the video so you guys can see the video, and then I'm going to give you guys my opinion after that.
The devil was once an angel, and sometimes the people closest to you will hurt you the most. Now, Safari chased Erica for a very long time. This man wined and dined her, gave her the best of the best. I'm talking about jewelry, fancy trips, clothes, everything, glitz of the glam, even down to their wedding. It was beautiful and it was stunning. This man did not like her. He actually despised her. He hated her. And he hated the fact that she rejected him so many times. He hated the fact that he was infatuated with her and she wanted nothing to do with him. So he said to himself, I am going to give her the dream life. I am going to make her fall in love with me, and then I am going to leave her and destroy her. And that's exactly what he did.
Now this goes longer. I'm going to let the video continue. But I think it's so interesting that she's posting this video, and you would genuinely believe that the person who he was in a relationship did not have any toxicity, did not have an attitude problem, was not disrespectful, did not emasculate a man. Like, you would think that this person is just a living, breathing, and walking victim who never did harm to anybody else. And this person just decided one day that the woman who he decided to marry and impregnate, that this was somebody who he genuinely did not like. You would really believe this. And again, just not to, break up the conversation, but let's go back to the video at the house and how she was acting. And then there was even a clip from Love and Hip Hop where he literally was talking to her about the problems that they had within their marriage, and it being her attitude problem.
Do you not like being married?
Us talking one-on-one is a waste. You need to talk to somebody and you just need to figure it out.
Oh, what about you?
I'm fine.
At the end of the day, everybody has problems. Everybody has demons. It's just a matter if you're mature enough to face them.
Whether I have problems or not, I don't come out aggressive. You're aggressive, and I don't like the aggressive side of you.
So again, I'm not going to say that some people don't just get married for show. I'm not going to act like some people don't, involve themselves into situations just so that they're able to, hit a certain mark or whatever. But I got to be real with you. Okay, it is easier to believe that you are a victim in a situation when we do not see you inflicting any kind of trauma or pain onto somebody else. And it's not like this is the first person that we've seen you get into it with. You have a track record.
What you're not going to do is poke the beast out of hibernation.
Connor, I'm not one of them.
And this is what a lot of narcissists abuse.
Ladies and gentlemen, Narcissism Explained. This clip, I'm gonna pin it. This just broke it down in less than 60 seconds. This is what it looks like. That is why I talk a lot about discernment. Two people can do the same exact thing, but the spirit and the reason why they're doing it can destroy your life. He brought you flowers, he picked you up from work, he did all these things, but look, he did it with the intention. And you see that the strong man, listen to what she said. He resented her because she rejected.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right here. Look. Okay. Ladies, listen up. Okay. And fellas, y'all back me up if this sounds like it's true to you. Y'all saying this man resented her because she rejected him. And so his whole mission was to get back at her. So if his mission is to get back at her, why would you marry her so when you divorce her, you'd have to pay alimony? That sounds like it's hustling backwards. Then you get her pregnant twice. That sounds like child support. That sounds like you hustling backwards. Ain't no man gonna go through all of that to get back at some woman. If he gonna get back at her, it's gonna be a month, 2 months max. It's not gonna be years and years of trying to get back at you. And it better happen quick, man. We don't have that kind of time. We don't have that kind of time. I'm gonna let you know when he get back at you. He spend money on you, spend some time with you, whatever, and he get the cookie, and then he block you the next day. That's when he getting back at you. It better not take longer than a couple of months. If it take longer than a couple of months, it's over. He ain't thinking about you. The get back is over. But a get back that lasts 2-3 years of marriage and 2-3 kids, nah, I'm sorry. He ain't do that. He ain't trying to get back at her. He was just foolish. Thought he could change her. Yeah, he ain't trying to. Nah, that don't track. That don't sound right to me. You tell me what that sound like. It sound like he's hustling backwards. Just messed up. Ladies, don't fool yourself. Men, we ain't got that kind of time. We don't think that far ahead. We're thinking about right here, right now. Women are more vindictive than men are. Men, and we ain't got time. We rather just move on. Y'all just delusional. Y'all making up stuff. No, you're doing too much. I ain't got time. A black man happily married to a black woman. They say happy wife, happy life. Okay. How about happy man gets a helping hand? Happy together forever is the plan. Let's do it.